Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a deck review. Hey, today we're gonna look at the Derren Brown playing cards from Derren Brown and Theory 11. All right, Derren Brown. Wow, if you don't know who Derren Brown is, I don't know where you've been. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that Derren Brown is easily in my top 3 favorite magicians living of all time. He is known worldwide for his numerous television appearances, including the series Trick of the Mind, Mind Control, his last Netflix special, Push to the Edge, and you may have also recently seen him on Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers. Derren Brown has partnered with Theory 11 to make this really stunning deck of cards. And really, if you're in the US right now, you probably know that Derren Brown made his Broadway debut with the show Secret that began back in September. And the show has actually returned to New York after premiering in a sold-out run at the Atlantic Theater off Broadway in 2017. Brown collaborated on the show with Andy Nyman and Andrew O'Connor, and tickets are still on sale, and the show will run through January 4th of 2020. Now, right away, I know people are gonna ask, like, what kind of magic tricks can you do with this? Is this deck good for magic? Are the decks marked? Are the decks like special in any way? Is there some sort of code or puzzle I'm supposed to figure out? I mean, you'd think with Derren Brown being a magician, right, this would be a magic trick deck. Or maybe some of the other decks that Theory 11 has released in the past, you'd think, oh, there's some sort of, unlocking puzzle. But there is none of that. This is a deck of cards. This is a deck of cards, just true and true. There's nothing overtly different or out of the ordinary. It's a deck of cards. But I will say this, you can purchase the deck one of 2 ways on Theory 11. You can buy the deck flat out as an individual deck. This is what I did, right? Just paid my money and just bought one deck. Or you can buy the box set. There's a box set where you get 2 decks of cards. It comes in a kind of like wooden recreation, like old-timey, like leatherette looking, like vintage style box. You get 2 decks, and you also get a typeset note from Derren Brown personally, where he talks a little bit about the inspiration behind the cards, and it all comes in an envelope with a wax seal. That set is $100, and both of them are available at theory11.com. On this deck of cards, the tuck case is all done in a matte green, and the tuck is really made to look like a book that would sit on your bookshelf like a magic book. It's got a ornate gold side spine that says the collective works of psychological illusionist London's Derren Brown and Theory 11 New York, purveyor of unrivaled playing cards. The front of the tuck case also looks like the front of a book. It says playing cards in gold right there in the center, and courtesy of Derren Brown. But if you look very carefully, there's also a black border that goes around it as a frame, and a Latin phrase up at the very top that says, in order to be loved, be lovable. And then your bottom, your top, and one side are all gold gilded edges like you would see, again, on a book. The back of the tuck is actually the back of the book, and not necessarily the back of the playing cards. And you have an original red tuck seal up at the top. When you open up the tuck case, you have Derren Brown's initials on the larger tuck flap, and then you see on the inside tuck lining is a gold foiled lined design. That's everything I can say about the tuck case. Let's break it open and look at these cards. The back design is a nice green colorway that carries on the colors that we saw from the outside of the tuck case. And as we go through the cards, you're going to notice that these have a very Fernier inspired design. Both with the back has a very reminiscent of the 505s, kind of looks like that. And then the court cards are also Fernier inspired. Fernier playing cards are a favorite of many magicians. They are a well-known Spanish playing card manufacturer based in Vitoria. As you look at the back design, you're gonna see the nice medium-sized white poker border. You'll have an inside green frame, and then you'll have a lot of leaf design. In the very center, you have 2 circles, on top and bottom. It is a 2-way image. It kind of looks like the all-seeing eye. And then inside of that, you have an hourglass shape, but it is actually Derren Brown's initials. With this deck, you'll get an ad card for Derren Brown and a double backer, which will be great for magic tricks. Also with this deck, you'll get 2 original Jokers. It's Derren Brown, really, as a devil with devil horns, but he has a halo over his head. And it does say the Joker underneath that, and it says he knows all. And as you're looking, you're going to notice that all 4 aces, the Jokers, the promo cards, they're all completely unique, all completely custom. All 4 aces have been completely redesigned. They're gorgeous. The Ace of Spades has a hand holding up the Ace of Spades, and it continues on in kind of like an infinity pattern. It says the Ace of Spades at the top, official playing cards, courtesy of Derren Brown underneath. The Ace of Diamonds says Ace of Diamonds on it and has an anchor design in the center. Your Ace of Clubs features 2 black crows looking in the opposite direction. And your Ace of Hearts features 2 keys. And each ace also says London, UK underneath. Your pips and indice cards will have original layout and originally designed pips and font in the corner. And you'll also see original Fernier-inspired court cards with original colorings. It's very London, very UK looking, very old school. I think fans of Derren Brown are really gonna love this. But that's just what the cards look like. You also wanna know how they're gonna feel and how they're gonna handle. Of course, it's a Q1 quality control deck from Bicycle, so it's gonna feel like all of their custom playing cards. Awesome. The other thing I can do is I can take 10 of these cards, put them in a caliper, and measure them for you. 10 cards in the caliper come to 2.87. 2.87 is like a middle grade card. It's on the way towards thicker, right? But it's still in the middle. Roughly, this is the same measurements as the red High Victorians from Theory 11. So if you have that, they're gonna feel like this. All in all, this deck is a work directly from the mind of one of our generation's best performers and most creative pioneers. I believe this deck went on sale on Black Friday 2019. It should be still available at the time of this recording. So I would say if you want to purchase this like I did, head on down to theory11.com and give them your support. Thanks to Derren Brown for making such a great deck of cards, of course, with Theory 11. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.